Welcome to this video on the Cyclonic monk, focusing on the life, legacy, and legend of Swami Vivekananda. The phrase, "Sisters and Brothers of America," were the words that sparked a 2-minute standing ovation at the Parliament of Religions in Chicago. Swami Vivekananda was a philosopher, monk, and reformer who introduced yoga and Vedanta to the West. He bridged Indian spirituality and Western material progress, inspiring youth with his message, "Strength is life." We begin with the early years of his life, spanning from 1863 to 1881, when he was known as Naren. Born on January 12, 1863, as Narendranath Datta in Calcutta, his mother believed his birth was a blessing from Lord Shiva. He came from an affluent, aristocratic family. His father was an attorney, and his mother a devout woman. Young Naren was restless and fearless, often drawn to monks and their simple way of life. He famously proclaimed as a child, "I shall become a monk." While other children played, Naren engaged in meditation games, sitting in deep posture for hours. During a meditation session, a cobra slithered in. His friends fled, but Naren remained in a trance, unaware of the danger. He joined Scottish Church College, mastering Western philosophy, history, and logic, but questioned everything. Torn between Western rationalism and Eastern spirituality, his professor first mentioned Ramakrishna to him. Naren's spiritual quest led him to ask every holy man he met the burning question, "Sir, have you seen God?" This intense search culminated in a pivotal moment, Naren meeting his master, Ramakrishna. At Dakshineswar, Ramakrishna gave Naren the answer he sought. "Yes, I see him just as I see you here, only in a much more intense sense." Though Naren initially mocked Ramakrishna's visions, one day Ramakrishna touched him. Naren experienced a cosmic vision, realizing the man was no ordinary priest. In 1884, Naren's father died, plunging his family into massive debt. The Prince of Calcutta became a pauper, often starving for his mother's sake. This personal crisis sparked a test of faith. If God exists, why is there so much suffering? Ramakrishna sent Naren to the Kali temple to pray for money. 3 times Naren went, and 3 times he forgot his family's needs, praying instead for wisdom, discrimination, renunciation, and knowledge. When Ramakrishna developed throat cancer, his disciples moved him to the Kasipur garden house. Here, the Brotherhood of Future Monks was forged as they tirelessly nursed their master. On August 16, 1886, Sri Ramakrishna entered Mahasamadhi. Before his passing, he transferred his spiritual powers to Naren, prophesying, "By this power you will do great things." After his master's passing, Naren embarked on his Bharat Darshan, a period of wandering across India from 1888 to 1893, known as the Wanderer. The young monks rented a dilapidated house at Baranagar Math. Despite its poor condition and their poverty, they dedicated their days and nights to intense meditation and devotion. The disciples took sannyasa, adopting ochre robes and new names, dedicating themselves as servants of the Lord. Naren eventually became known as Swami Vivekananda. Starting in 1890, Vivekananda wandered across India alone, from the Himalayas to the southern tip. He saw the real India, starving, crushed, and hopeless. He concluded that religion was useless to the poor, stating, "It is an insult to teach religion to a starving man." His mission shifted from personal salvation to the service of humanity, realizing God in the poor. In Alwar, Vivekananda defended idol worship to a skeptical Maharaja. He used the Maharaja's portrait as an analogy to explain that the stone is merely a symbol to help focus on the divine. In December 1892, at Kanyakumari, Vivekananda meditated on a rock for 3 days. His resolve was clear. He must go to the West to seek funds to uplift the poor of India. Firm in his mission, he declared, "I have a message for the West, as Buddha had a message for the East." In Madras, young men rallied to his cause, collecting funds door to door for his journey to America. The Raja of Kitri provided him with a first-class ticket and the name Swami Vivekananda. We now transition to the conquest, Swami Vivekananda's time in America from 1893 to 1896. He departed from Bombay on May 31, 1893, on the ship Peninsular. He was fascinated by the industrial power and cleanliness he observed while traveling through China and Japan. Arriving in Chicago early, without credentials and running out of money, he faced extreme hardship. Accustomed to Indian heat, he shivered in his thin robes in the American cold, even being turned away while begging for food. Fate intervened when Mrs. George Hale, seeing the majestic monk on the curb, invited him in and helped him gain entry to the Parliament of Religions. On September 11, 1893, 7,000 people packed the Art Institute of Chicago for the Parliament. Vivekananda felt nervous, but prepared to deliver his message. When he stood up, his voice rang out clearly. "Sisters and brothers of America." The hall instantly erupted. The thunderous applause lasted for 2 minutes, symbolizing the West's acceptance of the East. He spoke eloquently about tolerance and universal acceptance of all faiths. He achieved instant fame. Newspapers hailed him as the greatest figure in the Parliament and an orator by divine right, calling him the Cyclonic monk. Vivekananda spent 3 years teaching in America and England. He founded the Vedanta Society in New York and authored Raja Yoga, which quickly became a bestseller. In England, he met Margaret Noble, who was so inspired she dedicated her life to serving India. She became Sister Nivedita and started schools for girls in Calcutta. He met Nikola Tesla, discussing the similarity between Vedantic concepts like prana and akasha and modern physics, matter and energy. Tesla was astonished by the ancient sages' understanding of the universe. The complete works of Swami Vivekananda are preserved thanks to J.J. Goodwin, a stenographer who, inspired by the Swami, recorded his extempore speeches without pay and became a dedicated disciple. We now cover the return, Swami Vivekananda's time in India from 1897 to 1902. Upon landing in Colombo on January 15, 1897, the reception was immense. The pariah had returned as a world teacher, with kings and common people welcoming him. His journey from Colombo to Calcutta was a triumphant procession. Thousands gathered at every station to see him, as he delivered fiery speeches intended to awaken India from its deep slumber. He gave India the rousing call: arise, awake, and stop, not till the goal is reached. This message aimed to instill self-respect and faith in the masses. On May 1, 1897, he formally founded the Ramakrishna mission. Its motto was Atmano Mokshartham Jagad Hitaya Cha, meaning for one's own salvation and for the welfare of the world. During the 1898 plague in Calcutta, Vivekananda was in the streets helping. When questioned about funding, he said, "We are monks. We shall sell the land of the math to help the people." He designed the Belur Math Temple, which integrates Hindu, Islamic, and Christian architectural styles. This was a symbol of the universal harmony of religions he preached. In 1899, Vivekananda made his last visit to the West. The intense work had exhausted him. He told his disciples that his mission was complete, quietly stating, "The playful child is tired and wants to return to mother." The epic life reached its close at Belur Math on July 4, 1902. The final day was spent in deep meditation, teaching Sanskrit grammar and walking the grounds. Assessing his work, he remarked, "If there were another Vivekananda, he would have understood what this Vivekananda has done." That evening, he entered his room to meditate. At 9:10 p.m., he took 2 deep breaths and passed away. A true yogi, he left his body in deep trance. He was just 39, fulfilling his own prophecy. The Cyclonic monk had achieved Mahasamadhi. His impact was seismic. He is the spiritual father of modern India, a beacon of strength that inspired a nation. His birthday, January 12th, is celebrated as National Youth Day.